My name is Templeton Timothy, and this summer I got the opportunity to work at Jackson Lewis, which is a national labor and employment firm. I was stationed in the Miami office, and I got to learn a lot about labor and employment generally, but also just how the current litigation practice works. I let them know at the outset that I was very interested in litigation, so they threw me into a trial that one of the partners was working on, and so I had to brief memos on some pretty complex issues. So I learned a lot through that process. There were also several opportunities to learn about alternative dispute resolution. So I sat in on a few mediations, and after the first one, I enjoyed it a lot. So every time one popped up, someone came into my office and let me know that I could tag along for this for another mediation. So I really enjoyed that experience. Another really good experience I got from being at the firm was kind of the comprehensive outlook they gave me on the practice group. So about 2 or 3 times a week, I would have to tune in to these national webinars or seminars where they would tell me about certain parts of labor and employment. So we would talk about arbitration, we would talk about labor and collective bargaining agreements, we would talk about collective non-competes. And little by little, I realized that I was actually amassing a pretty comprehensive knowledge of how labor and employment works. And so that was an experience that I wasn't planning on getting. I thought I would kind of just be focused on a few distinct issues, and instead I got a really general idea of what the entire practice group does. I got this opportunity through on-campus interviews, which means I interviewed on campus and then went to the firm for a callback interview, and then they extended the offer to me. So what I gained from my summer experience was a very realistic, practical view of what it's like to be a lawyer. So I was able to take a lot of the experiences that I had read about and learned about in class and actually apply them in real life setting for real clients at a real firm. And so that was a really amazing opportunity. And even coming off that summer and now taking classes as a 3L that I'm even more interested in, my summer is providing a lot of examples, so I'm understanding a little bit more why certain attorneys were acting a certain way, because now I'm more invested in the classes this year as well. So overall, it was a really great experience, and I'm very glad I was at Jackson Lewis last summer.